What's up, guys? It's your boy Yoshimitsu Kana coming back at you with another, that's right, another build your budget game sort of criteria. Last time we did a build the budget, we had about 20 bucks to spend and there's a variety of games. This time we're on a much stricter budget of $15. That's right, our lemonade stand did terrible this year, so we only have $15 to build the perfect game list. And looking at this right now, I can already tell you this is going to be very controversial. So without further ado, let's kind of get right into it. So at the $1 tier, we're starting off with Star Fox Adventures, NFL Street 2, SSX Tricky, Mario Star Baseball, or Superstar Baseball I should say, Super Monkey Ball 2. Then in the $2 tier, we have Mario Party 5, 007, Tony Hawk's Underground, Super Mario Strikers, and then Super Monkey Ball for the GameCube. Again, these are all GameCube oriented games. So $3 tier, we have Pokemon Coliseum, Kirby Air Ride, Need for Speed Underground, Metroid Prime Echoes, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. And then the $4 tier, which has some crazy heavy hitters, Animal Crossing, Mario Party 7, Pokemon XD, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, and then Sonic Adventure 2. And then finally, at the $5 tier, we have Super Mario Sunshine, Def Jam Fight, AV or whatever it's called, Zelda the Wind Waker, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Metroid Prime. So this list is going to be very, very difficult because there are several games on here that would honestly make me break my budget. So we're gonna start off with the $1 tier. As usual, I try to pick at least one game from each tier to kind of just give it a little bit of balance, and then whatever we have left over, we go crazy with. So $1 tier. Personally, I'm just gonna get rid of NFL Street 2 and SSX Tricky. I believe those games are pretty fun. I think I played them a little bit growing up, but they're not a part of this. NFL Street and SSX Tricky, just get them out of here. It's not that they're bad games. They are good games. It's just this is a really tight list, so we got to do the cream of the cream. All right, so Super Mario Baseball, Super Monkey Ball 2, and Star Fox Adventures. My gut and my heart tell me that I want to go Star Fox Adventures just because I had such fond memories of the game growing up. The problem is it did get very boring near the end of the game. So that's really hurting it, despite the fact I think it is a fun game and it is a little odd, but I still think it's pretty good, but I'm gonna have to give it to Super Mario Baseball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a tough road between Super Monkey Ball 2 and Mario Baseball, but I got so much more out of Mario Baseball that I remember setting up tournaments with my friends and we would play until like 5 in the morning just enacting these tournaments. So I have to give it up for Super Mario Baseball. I just have to. All right, number $2. So currently our budget's $15 and we've already spent $1. That's right, $1, folks. So $2. Mario Party 5 and 007, we can just go ahead and let's get those right out. 007 Spitfire, I know, or Nightfire, I know is very good. However, I didn't play it, so I have no frame of reference. Mario Party 5, did not play that one. I've only ever played the ones for the Nintendo 64 and some of the Switch ones, so easy no for me. I'm gonna take Super Mario Strikers out as well, just because we already have Super Mario Baseball, and personally I think the baseball one's a little bit more fun. Not to say that it takes away from Strikers, but we don't need two Mario sports games. Next, it's between Super Monkey Ball and Tony Hawk's Underground. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this one's really tough. I love Super Monkey Ball. It's so much fun. I think the challenge is there. It's hard to sort of take that away from it. But Tony Hawk's Underground, it's just defined a lot of who I am. I played it endlessly growing up. Me and my friends used to play it. All right, that's it. I've convinced myself. We are going Tony Hawk Underground. I'm sorry, Super Monkey Ball. But Tony Hawk is going to take this one. So total is bringing us up to $3 now. All right, so now in the $3 tier, oh Lord, we got Pokemon Coliseum, Kirby Air Ride, those two will be in contention. I'll keep those in there. And then Need for Speed, Metroid, and Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Again, I'm gonna eliminate Mario Golf. I already have a Mario sports game. I don't want to do another one. Metroid, haven't played it. It's out of there, and I do not like racing games, so Need for Speed can go. Now, there's two different ways I can kind of look at this. Kirby Air Ride was fun just because it was fun to play with my friends. Like a lot of these games on my list, I've been kind of playing the friend angle quite a bit. And I think we need something solid on the single player aspect. So I'm gonna go Pokemon Coliseum. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I really did enjoy Pokemon Coliseum. I think it was a little dry at times, but that doesn't take away from it. I still think it was a lot of fun. I like the sort of shadow catching that you used to do, the battles. The story was actually really good. I also like the fact you start out with Umbreon and Espeon, which are two of my favorite Pokemon. So I liked the design, how the world was laid out. It was not traditional Pokemon, and it was sort of like a breath of fresh air for me. So was it what I expected at the time for a Pokemon game? No, but I look on it a little bit fonder than most. So we're gonna go with Pokemon Coliseum there. All right, so now our total is at $6, folks. That's right, we have spent a whopping $6 out of 15. So we're really hitting the ceiling of this budget. Now, this is where it gets hard. Okay, this might be the hardest choice I have to make next to the $5 tier. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. So Mario Party 7, let's just get rid of it. Pokemon XD, we already got Coliseum, let's just get rid of it. Now the real fight begins between Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, and Sonic 2. I think I'm gonna get rid of Animal Crossing. I know it's a sin almost to get rid of it, but I didn't have the attachment that everybody else did. I had fun with it, but it wasn't like the defining game of the GameCube for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one out. This is the most difficult choice I have to make right now, because Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is one of my favorite games of all time. However, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. So I'm in a very tight pickle here. Now, the only thing I can honestly say is that Sonic Adventure 2 has the robot levels and a couple, it's still very janky. Like, I think Sonic Adventure 2 is amazing. It's just not consistently amazing. But the moments that are high are peak Sonic. So I just don't think it's consistent all the way through. Because personally, I think the robot levels with Tails and Dr. Robotnik were absolute snooze fests. And I truly think that the best parts of that game was Sonic and Shadow's speed levels. I did like the Knuckles and Rogue the Bat levels. I didn't think they were all that fun, but they the soundtrack to Pumpkin Hill. Let's just get that out the way. But Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and hear me out here, I think it's the most consistent GameCube game all the way through. Like, it doesn't deviate from the formula, and it just does what it's supposed to. It puts you in a grand adventure. There's the RPG mechanics that you've known and loved, fine-tuned to the best possible formula, and not to mention, it's just captivating. You love the characters, you love the world, you love unraveling the mystery of this sort of map and trying to figure out where it's taking you. There's a couple of low points in it, I think, but I feel as though the Sonic definitely has more lower points than high points. So I'm gonna go Paper Mario here. I know that's gonna be sort of hot take, and a lot of the Sonic fans are gonna chew me out for that, but I just have to go with what I know. What I know is I know Sonic. All right. So with that $4, that brings us to $10. So that means we only get one more game, folks. So the $5 tier. Okay, this is for all the marbles. All right, so let's just go ahead and get Def Jam Fight out. Never played it. Easy, no. Metroid Prime, just go ahead and get it out. Never played it. So that makes 3 heavy hitters left. So, looking at what remains, we have Super Mario Sunshine. Easily one of the best Mario platformers of all time. I don't care what anybody says. It's one of my favorites. Don't care. Zelda the Wind Waker, which is my favorite Zelda game of all time. And then we have Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is my favorite Smash Brothers of all time. So we are in quite a pickle here, folks. No matter which way I go, I have to leave behind 2 of some of my favorite games in their respective areas and genres. So this is tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I want to say Zelda. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Mainly because I think Wind Waker is the sort of underappreciated Zelda game. I personally love that art style a lot more than the Ocarina of Time art style. I love the mechanics, the music, the story was great. I loved every bit of it. I hold that game in such high regard. It's so tough to beat. But then you have Super Mario Sunshine. You can use FLUDD. The worlds are awesome. There's so much to do, and it always feels like you're discovering something at every turn. The platforming is really tight. I think the level design is not always the greatest. Like, I think it was the beach. There's like a specific beach level that they kind of just reused it a couple of times, so it really wasn't the best, in my opinion. I also didn't really like the segments without FLUDD. Even though they were fun, they were still super difficult. So Super Mario Sunshine is probably going to be out of the running just because of the inconsistencies in those aspects. I mean, we're splitting hairs here, but we have to split hairs. And then finally, it's between Super Smash Bros. Melee and Zelda. Now, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I don't need to really talk about it because it is such a staple in the entire gaming industry, especially when it comes to fighting games and just how good it is. I mean, in all honesty, I remember poring over this for several hours, trying to unlock the characters, figuring out, the height on, I think I was like a Link main at that time, trying to figure out how to use this bomb to get back up on stage. Me and my friends used to do tournaments. We used to do cash money prizes for winning and defeating certain opponents. My family members would come over and play, and we would play it for hours. It's so hard to not put it in contention, but I have to be honest, I think if I'm gonna choose between the two, I don't know if I can put Smash in there just because there isn't an overall narrative to the game. It doesn't need one, it really doesn't. But when I look at a video game, a lot of my choices of what I like are based on a plot. Now, obviously, since I chose Super Mario Baseball in the beginning, this seems kind of like contradictory, but when we're talking about splitting hairs, I mean splitting hairs. I think Super Smash Bros. Melee has some of the best fighting mechanics, some of the best characters, so much tech out there, and I will say the competitive scene, which is not really my forte, it's still super active today. But the one thing that's holding me back from picking Zelda, though, is the map mechanic, the traveling aspect, and a lot of the sort of quest structure. It's not really fluid enough to give it like a perfect. And again, these are all very minor issues I have with these games, but I mean, these are 2 bangers of games. So I think ultimately I have to go with what my gut tells me. And if I'm a kid and I'm reaching for a game to play, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go Super Smash Bros. Yeah, I'm surprising myself with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go Super Smash Bros. I just gotta go with Melee. It's so hard to put into words what that means to everybody out there who's ever played a Super Smash Bros. Game. I mean, I remember playing the Nintendo 64 one, and then I didn't think it could get better, and it did in such a way that it just made it better. Now, if there was an overall plot, maybe I could put it on a mount. Well, you know what? Let me save that conversation for another time. But there you have it, folks. $15 in our pocket. This was made by DK Oldies. Just to be fair, I don't support DK Oldies. They price gouge the shit out of their games, and I think they were selling like a Super Nintendo for like $300 at some point or something, and it wasn't even fully fixed. So I don't really respect DK Oldies, but again, I wanted to pull another list because I love doing these videos. So yeah, I just gotta put that little bit in there. But yeah, what do you guys think of this list? Totaling $15, just kind of reviewing. At the $1 tier, we chose Super Mario Baseball. $2 tier, we chose Tony Hawk Underground. $3 Pokemon Coliseum. $4 is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And then finally at the $5 tier, we chose Super Smash Bros. Melee. I feel pretty good about this list. I would say the $5 tier and the $4 tier were very, very close to splitting hairs. Everything else I think I had a pretty decent shot with. Maybe if I had an opportunity to maybe say have $20, then obviously I'd probably put Wind Waker in there. Maybe, you know, if I had $25, I'd put, you know, Sonic in there and Star Fox Adventures in there. But, you know, we only had $15, so that's how much our lemonade stand made. So you know what? Maybe we just need to start building our empires, you know? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I love doing this type of content. Let me know what you came up with your budget in the comments. Did you agree with my choices? What would your choices be? And just kind of let me know, like, what are you feeling about these games? And is Super Smash Bros. Melee really as iconic as everybody makes it out to be? I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Take your shirt off, run around outside, whatever it is when you want to do. I just hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.